Science has shown, this is a study from the Teachman Heritage Study. All the way on the left is what happens when you marry your first sexual partner. The chances of staying married is 87%. As the amount of men you have sex with before you actually get married starts to go up, that chance of the marriage working out consistently goes down. You can see over there towards the bottom, when you start getting into like 16 plus sexual partners, the chances for marriage working out significantly drops. It goes down to 17%. So we go from 87% down to 17% by having a whole lot of sex. And it just so happens that the more men a woman has sex with, the lower her ability to pair bond, to really bond with one man.
Pay attention.
You might ask yourself, well, why isn't that not the case for men? There's a really good saying that goes around, what do you call a key that opens many locks? A master key. What do you call a lock that's opened by many keys? A shitty lock.
For all of the women out there that tout their sexual empowerment in lieu of scientific studies that go over the consequences, and for all of the men out there that want long-term monogamous relationships, here's the data. Listen, if you run the whole facts and the title comes back dirty, then you already know what time it is. Never marry former thoughts under any circumstance. You see, feminism today has convinced modern women that the hookup culture or being sexually liberated in lieu of having a functioning nuclear family or in lieu of doing things to make them a much better option for a man is empowering. This is a fundamental lie. Why? It's because your minds nor your anatomy is made for it. My Audi is a lot different than your innie, but this false bravado through sexual liberation that feminism today has curated is one of the many reasons why modern women today are the most depressed, the most lonely, the most medicated, the most with pH levels over 9,000, and the most unhappy women in recorded history. You've been lied to.
Is that even a thought, missing or failure, before you take the shot?
No.
Like the consequences of it, the magnitude of it?
Maybe when I was younger, because I cared about what everybody else thought. I don't give a now.
When did that change?
Like, I don't give. It probably changed. Took me to about 25. I spent like 7 years, and then I went to Miami that first year, and everything was about like still what everybody else thought, and then I just literally was just like, I don't give a what nobody think. I'm him.
Ooh.
If I don't take it, who's gonna take it? I mean, and it's not even like taking a shot. It's just it could be taking a shot. It could be making the right play. Like I get shit for making the right play. Forward on me is wide open right here. Like we are a team. I trust him, or I wouldn't have thrown it to him. I don't care about the results.
My man LeBron said, I'm him. Think about for a second how profound that is. And I love that he said that because, guys, listen to me. You'll be forever unhappy trying to appease people. Why? Because you'll never be able to make everyone happy. So don't opt to appease people. Opt for respect. Now, I've learned this, and I knew this throughout my life, but I've never had to embody it as to this particular moment in my life right now, creating content online. Everybody and their mama's got an opinion about what you say, about how you move, or what are the things that you can be doing better regarding you and your business. But what I realize is that as you forge your own path, there's really not one true right answer. You have to put your best foot forward based off of the estimation validated by your previous experiences into the future and be able to live with whatever consequences, whether there be success or failure, but you must always learn from it. But what LeBron has learned is that you're not ever going to be able to please everybody. So he's put his best athletic foot forward. And whether or not you agree or you disagree with him, you got to respect his receipts.
Hov, can you sit down with me, man? I got a show. I want to talk to you. Yeah. Hey, man, I got this thing, guys, I'm doing. Chris, me and you should go. What do you think about doing New York together? Fuck it, we can co-headline it. Let's split this shit down the middle. I don't care. Fuck it, Cav, yeah, let's do it. You think Dave will come to one of the shows? Let's ask him. Dave, what you want to do? Oh my God, guys, it's great. There's no egos. With real success and real fucking moves, the real ones, there's no egos.
See, more men need to be around other men. We have learned how to work together by ranking ourselves. Even like on YouTube, it goes in cycles. You may be hot but how can you be helpful or useful to somebody else? And men have to realize that you gain more gratification out of life by working with others, working with other men, and that's really what attracts women.
Listen, both Kevins killed that message right there. You are who you surround yourself with. If you intentionally place winners, movers, or shakers in and around your inner circle, you will inevitably become successful. But guess what? These people may slowly fall out of your sphere of influence if you no longer provide value or you cease to upgrade your value. Stick with your day ones, but understand if the top is where you're trying to go, you will begin to outpace complacent people around you. And if those complacent people weigh you down, if they are anchors within your life, then you need to distance yourself from them. We all have 24 hours in the same day, and I'll be damned if on my conquest to becoming absolutely amazing, I got lackluster people around me that are bringing me down into their abyss, always expecting help within this situation, as opposed to me utilizing my time to build with others that are dedicated towards conquering the world.
I'd like to take a minute to discuss the harsh reality that Black content creators face. I recently lost out on a 5-figure brand deal for posting this picture with this caption. Nowhere in the contract were there any stipulations given around what kind of content I could post, except for the branded content, which would be approved by the company. As for my personal content, nothing was said. After posting that picture and posting that caption, I received a phone call from my agent saying that the company thought it was inappropriate. And I just want to take a second to unpack that. When I read that caption, I read a playful articulation of the love I have for my man. It's been generally agreed upon by the Black community for decades that the N-word isn't derogatory, it's a term of endearment.
For those unaware, I had a brand sponsorship taken from me, but it was due to pure lies and deception. Matter of fact, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below so you guys can take a look at that live stream. Now, the difference with this particular situation, and she's talking about Black content creators, is that this woman knowingly and willingly put that particular caption in conjunction with showing her rectum. Everybody and their mama knows that you have a certain image to uphold when it comes to contract deals, corporate jobs, or just business deals in general. You just took it too far, madame. Hold this L. Well, let's see what else she's got to say.
And that brings us to the photo. Yet again, when I look at this picture, I see playfulness. I see a Black girl living her best life, having fun. There's nothing inappropriate about it to me, especially not in the world we live in today.
Gentlemen, listen to me. She might not see anything wrong with what she posted, and that's fine. She could be entitled to her opinion, however wrong that it is. But if you have a girl that posts photos like that online, you do know that she's for the streets, right? I feel like a broken record at this point because of the amount of times that I have to say this, but it just doesn't seem to make it through y'all heads. She's clearly doing that to advertise her body for the validation of others.
For centuries, Black women's bodies have been scrutinized, they've been picked apart, they've been deemed unworthy, they've been deemed inappropriate, and this is yet again an extension of that rhetoric.
No, it's not.
The hypersexualization of the Black female body, which has led to this very conversation. The only way someone else could deem this as inappropriate is if they projected their sexual desires onto me, or if they projected their underlying judgments onto me, which is what we call prejudice.
Oh, you tried it today. No, mama, this is not hypersexualization as in our history, as what's been documented of Black women. This is you sexualizing yourself. Hold yourself accountable. This is the bullshit. How could y'all stand by, all 17 and a half Black women that watch this channel? How could y'all stand by and allow the pure and utter disrespect to disrespect our foremothers and what they had to go through? In reality, to compare that to posting your anus on Instagram and wondering why your cheeks get a brand sponsor taken away from you? Are you really serious?
Now, typically I would brush that off and say that's a you problem, but it becomes a me problem because it threatens my livelihood, just the same way these systems of oppression have threatened the livelihood of Black women for centuries. Furthermore, you want access to my audience, which is mostly Black women, without actually having a full appreciation for Black culture. Why is it that what's considered appropriate or professional is always adjacent to whiteness?
Oh, God.
I have the activist part of me that's articulate and intelligent, but that's just one side of my Black girl magic.
Oh, yo, I don't even know. I can't do this anymore. This is ridiculous. This is preposterous. Posting your cheeks up on Instagram is a part of your Black girl magic. So do all of the Black women agree with this? Yo, y'all tell me, maybe I'm bugging. What she's saying is a part of her in being a Black girl is being overly sexual and posting it to Instagram irrespective of what her man thinks. Is that what y'all stand for? Is that what y'all fighting for? Everybody, civil rights, they are rolling in their graves at this video. The pure intellectual dishonesty that has to go on in the mind of a modern woman like this today is simply spellbinding. Guys, listen to me. If you're with an insurgent like this, you will never be right. She will gaslight you. She will manipulate a situation, never taking accountability. You will always be wrong. This is how we have so many Black people in America that are forever victims of their Blackness, because she's weaponizing her Blackness as the company is deciding this based off of racial motivation. Saying that professionalism is adjacent to whiteness is one of the most disingenuous statements, as if to say professionalism is not adjacent to Blackness. But this has nothing to do with whiteness. This has everything to do with thoughtness. Your inability to separate your culture or your race from you showing your hindquarters on Instagram is exactly what Shahrazad Ali and Ayanna Van Sant was talking about.
Tell us why you say we're so out of order.
I think now because we get paid to be out of order now.
Okay.
Some of the images that we allowed to be portrayed of us.
The good Black woman has self-respect. She don't have to go out naked just to get the attention of a man. And the more clothes a woman take off, the more desperate she is. That don't mean she bold and brave and want to get with somebody. That means she's desperate, and that's a cry. Please give me some attention. Please look at me. Say something. Do something. That's what that is. And that's the condition of many of us. That's not anything that's an insult. Who the I think y'all talking to? We're talking reality. We have got to deal with the reality of our lives so that we can make corrections. But making up all of this stuff and then have them conferences where ain't nothing but Black women.
The other side of me knows how to turn up and throw this ass. And that's what I'm gonna do. We don't have to separate who we are in order to please these companies.
No, that's who
you are. We
you
don't have to erase or hide any aspect of our personality in order to get these bags.
Wow.
If you can't handle me at my back that ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream.
Oh God, don't you bring in MLK into this. Modern women like this are awful and beyond unaccountable. Modern women like this will forever be in this mindset of accept me for my truth, with the inability to adjust what it is that they're demonstrating or they're showing other people to what a society punishes or rewards. So they judge their behavior based off of what feels good as opposed to what is acceptable in society, or in this case, what is acceptable as being a professional. But listen, ma'am, you cannot force an organization to side with degenerate behavior, because at the end of the day, they know that it could damage their reputation. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Did you guys enjoy today's video? I feel like we started out really good, but that last video right there, is she serious? Is she? Because she's bugging by every sense meaning of the word. To get up and really like, did you think that through before you put that up there? Just hold your L. just hold your L. Here's the thing. When I lost my brand sponsorship, I held my L, but I pushed the information out there because it was all lies. It was just simply made up. Again, I'm gonna leave a link to that down in the description box down below so you guys can understand the difference between the two. But I got ostracized from that company based off of lies. She got ostracized based off of truth, of what she actually did. And even then, she took no accountability for her behavior and concocted this cloud of manipulation in order to try to prove herself correct. Unbelievable. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
It is time to get active. Gotta subscribe, it's MTR. Hit the like, leave a comment, it's free of charge. Get active, no acting, we mean it large. Without further ado, let's set it off. Excuse them who? Reaction, my passion with better views. Critiques and peek into your reviews. So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are.